a brand new episode of The Social Life right here on Rogers TV. We're your hosts, Ksenia Shpak
and Stephanie Loureiro. Welcome back, guys. This is The Social Life, where we talk about all things trending in the world of social media, from the latest tech gadgets to the world of entertainment.
Yes. So something I have been so crazy about these past couple of weeks, and it's actually kind of been trending, so it's a great way, to kind of start our show, is the J Balvin concert. I went on September 21st right here in Toronto at the Scotiabank Arena. It was a sold-out show. It was fantastic. I was part of his Arcoiris tour featuring Eladio Carrion and Liano, and J Balvin did not disappoint. You might know him from the popular song Mi Gente, or he appears on I Like It with Cardi B and Bad Bunny. There they are, right there, the big bobbleheads. This concert was amazing. Nothing like I've seen before. From the decorations, you can see right there, there's that huge, rolling toy horse. He had Friends With You figures, dancers, these comical heads that we just saw, Cardi B, Bad Bunny. Look at that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Such a crazy concert. I was screaming. Everybody was screaming. Yeah. I don't think I've been to a concert like that in a long time.
Yeah, the set looks insane.
That's
beautiful. The first thing I noticed from the clips that even you were sending me live. Just the big bobbleheads and the big animals on stage. That's insane. That must have taken so much work to prepare. I wonder what they're made out of.
See, I don't know, but they're Friends With You figures, and he carries them with all across North America, across South America. So he takes it everywhere. These huge trucks, and the best part is when he came up from the encore. They had this huge rainbow, because Arcoiris in Spanish means rainbow.
Oh, yeah.
So it was a beautiful set, and then later on in the show, he came out on these mushrooms. Crazy. And he is an artist that is really trending.
Yeah.
And right now there's kind of this big little hiccup that he was involved in, because the Latin Grammys are coming out November 13th, 14th.
Yeah.
So there was a little issue this year with the Grammy noms. So on September 25th, they released their official list, and many reggaeton and urban artists have not been nominated.
Oh.
In the big categories, like Artist of the Year, Album of the Year. There you go. We see it right there. Daddy Yankee. He was one of the first artists to take it to Instagram. And with this picture, it says, "Sin reggaeton, no hay Latin Grammys," which translates to, without reggaeton, there are no Latin Grammys. So J Balvin, he took it to Instagram to explain that their category shouldn't be put under the urban umbrella. Reggaeton should stand on its own. Rap should be on its own. Trap should be on its own. Because they come from different personal stories and backgrounds.
So he's looking for kind of reggaeton to be an umbrella term for the music that he's producing in that specific genre.
Yes.
He doesn't want it to go and be mixed in with any other genres that are popular in our culture already, right?
Well, they do have an urban category where some of these artists are nominated, but a lot of them are disappointed the fact that they're not nominated in these huge sections. For example, Best Artist of the Year, Album of the Year. For example, this year, some of the noms for Album of the Year include Luis Fonsi, pop singer, Sebastian Yatra, pop singer Rosalia, the Spanish artist that it's kind of taken by storm. Again, pop, Fonseca pop, and all of these artists like J Balvin, Maluma, Daddy Yankee, all these reggaeton, Nati Natasha, they're all trending on the billboards, but unfortunately we don't see them in these big categories.
Interesting.
So that was kind of one of the issues that a lot of these artists have been bringing up. And of course, they're not saying that all the other artists don't deserve these awards. No, they're saying they're praising them. They're saying all these artists are doing an amazing job. They just want to be seen more. So the Academy responded, and they actually they invited them, all these urban artists, to get involved with the Academy in the decision-making process. So whether the artists are going to do that, I don't think so.
I don't know about that. I don't think that really fixes the issue. And it's interesting how, our Grammys, or North American Grammys, they recognized J Balvin and those artists, and they actually put them in their big categories and even in their Latin categories. But that the Latin Grammys kind of doesn't really see them as valuable.
Right.
When they're really bringing the Latin music to North America.
Yep. So that is one of the issues. But right now, let's take a look at some of the viral stories that have been trending. All right, so do you want to talk about the first one, the Japanese airline?
Yes. So a new Japanese airline has introduced this new feature on their booking system that actually shows you where children are seated on the flight.
Okay,
I know.
Interesting.
I don't know about you, but one of my biggest pet peeves is when you're sitting on your flight and there's a child screaming or kicking your seat while you're on your plane ride.
Yeah,
So, but
definitely.
that being said, there you can see the graphic. It'll appear as a little smiley face on one of the seats, so you can know exactly where the children are sitting. Now, I do have mixed feelings about this, because although I don't like the crying or the screaming, I don't think that you should be kind of limited to where you can book your seat. Even some of these airlines that have done similar things, they actually have like quiet zones where you can't book any children under 12 or under 10 in those seats.
Okay.
So I don't agree with that, because I don't think it should limit like parents from where they can sit. That's not really fair.
No, that's not fair at all. Although I do, I like the idea. I think it's great, because sometimes, I had a recent experience when I was sitting across from me. There was a child crying the whole 4 hours, and I don't know if I could take it because I was trying to sleep.
Yeah.
And the parents wouldn't do a single thing. And it wasn't like a cute kind of cry. No, it's one of those obnoxious,
like screaming won't stop.
Screaming won't stop. Kind of like, it hurts my ear.
Yeah, I feel you.
So I do see this as a positive, but I do understand that parents, they're limited to the kind of seats that they can book now.
Yeah, so I enjoy knowing where the children are, but I don't think that you should be limiting anybody from sitting anywhere.
Yeah, no.
So that's my opinion. But is there any other pet peeves you have about airplanes?
Pet peeves? I don't know. Other than the kids, which obviously, we can't control, and it's normal. Children cry. I don't think so. I love taking airplane. It means I'm going on vacation, probably.
Yeah, you're right.
It's most likely a positive trip. I love the airplane food.
Yeah, I know. That's actually something funny, that you love the airplane food, which is a very unpopular opinion. What do you love about it?
It's part of the adventure. I love unboxing it, if we can say unboxing and unpacking it. It might not taste, it's definitely not like a restaurant. It doesn't taste like a great restaurant, but still, for the airplane, it's not too bad. I guess I'm excited for my trip, because if I'm going all-inclusive, I know great food's ahead of me. Wherever I'm going, there's always going to be good food.
So you don't mind the airplane food?
I don't mind the airplane food.
You're excited for it?
I'm excited for it.
Interesting.
For it.
Very interesting.
So another thing that has been viral and trending, and speaking of kids, it kind of relates, Mattel.
Yeah.
They released their first gender-neutral doll. Now, this is huge for the toy industry. This new line is introduced by Creatable World and is intended to reflect our culture as the world continues to celebrate the positive impact of inclusivity. There it is. We see it right there. So the dolls are available in different skin tones. Each doll comes with 2 wigs. You have short and long hair, different hairstyles. You can see curly, you can see straight, you can see braided, and it comes with several wardrobe outfits, pants, skirt, short, so you can really style it the way you want to be seen. The way you like it, you style it. Each kit costs about $30, so I don't think that's crazy expensive.
Especially for Barbies. I know some can get up to like $50, $40, so I think that's pretty reasonable even.
Right, and it includes all these customizations. Usually a Barbie comes just by itself, but
with one outfit.
With one outfit, exactly. This includes hair, outfits, anything. And we're moving away from gendering toys and teaching children that, boys play with cars and girls play with Barbies. No.
You can play with whatever you want.
You can play with whatever you want. Kids want to be represented and they want to be seen. So Mattel tested this doll with across over 250 families, and a lot of some of these kids who identify as trans, gender binary, gender fluid, they said they rarely see themselves represented in the media, so they're very happy about this doll.
I'm happy about this too. I love that there's different hairstyles, short and long and braided and whatever you want. You can really make the doll look like you, which I think is so important. Like as a kid, you look up to people that you see on the media and in toys that look like you, or when you go to the store, you want to pick a doll that's like, oh, this one has the same hair as me, this one has the same outfit as me.
Right, and if we don't see that, how are we going to feel about ourselves?
Yeah, exactly. I think it also starts at a very young age, like understanding the world and how it works, and that everyone's equal, everyone's different. Right. So I think this is a really important step in that.
Yes, I am so excited. I think this is a positive step. Mattel, they have come under fire a bit because they actually created the Barbie. So they kind of started with this whole gendering pink stereotype.
And the body type, too,
and the
is
body
a problem.
type, exactly. This doll has no specific body type. It's neutral, and now they're undoing some of their damages. So wonderful job, Mattel.
We love that. And another thing we're super excited to hear is what Sanjula has planned for us in his tech report. So let's take a look at that.
Hey Social Life, it's me, Sanjula, your tech correspondent, and today we'll be talking about the new iPhone 11, 11 Pro, and the 11 Pro Max, telling you everything you need to know about the new phones in under 2 minutes. So, let's get the clock going. And let's get started. So this is the new iPhone 11 and this is the new iPhone 11 Pro and 11 Pro Max. From the front, it still looks like last year's iPhone, but when you flip it to the back, that's where the big changes are. As you can see, the camera piece is a square module with 2 cameras on the iPhone 11 and 3 on the iPhone 11 Pro. Like last year, the iPhone 11 has 2 12-megapixel cameras, but instead of the telephoto lens, it has 1 regular and 1 ultra-wide lens. From personal experience, my LG G6 also had an ultra-wide camera, and that's one of the main features I missed about that phone. The ultra-wide camera can come in handy in so many scenarios, and I wish more phones had it, but I'm so happy that Apple started incorporating it to its phones. The iPhone 11 Pro has the same cameras, but also keeps its 12-megapixel telephoto lens, making a total of 3 cameras on the back. Looking at these test shots, Apple really wanted to make the cameras the highlight of this year's iPhone, and I think they did a great job with that. Also new with their cameras this year is the new night mode, which drastically improves nighttime shots to give you better low light performance. And they have something called selfies in slow motion called slowfies, so if you're into that, that's also cool. You can't have a new iPhone without having a new processor, and the new A13 Bionic processor is stupid fast. They're rated as the fastest CPUs ever in a smartphone, and actually rated 20% faster and uses 30% less power, which is amazing. It's great for not only gaming, but also multitasking and day-to-day tasks should be much faster and smoother on the new iPhones. Another big focus this year is battery life, especially on the iPhone 11 Pro. The phone is chunkier, which means it has a bigger battery. How big? It's actually 4,000 milliamp hours, which basically translates to 4 to 5 hours more than the previous iteration. And you can get a 50% charge in about 30 minutes with their new fast charge technology. Also this year, Apple has claimed that they have the toughest smartphone glass on any smartphone, front and back. It's precision milled from a single sheet of glass with dual ion exchange process for added strength. It's more waterproof than last year. In fact, IP68 is the rating for most smartphones nowadays, which means 2 meters of up to 30 minutes, but the iPhone 11 Pro goes above and beyond that and does 4 meters for up to 30 minutes. In summary, Apple's new flagships are better, faster, tougher, and have incredible cameras. You can pick up the iPhone 11 from $979, it comes in 6 amazing colors, or you can upgrade to the iPhone 11 Pro starting at $1379 Canadian dollars. But that's been it for me. Those are the new iPhones. Thank you for watching.
I am excited about the iPhone 11, although I do have an 8 and I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I think this is a great phone. I'm a fan of the Apple, so thank you, Sanjula, for your report. But now let's talk about something that's been really trending in the news right now.
Yeah, another new thing besides the iPhone, something a little bit more important probably, are the Canadian federal elections that are coming up in October. Election day is October 21st, and there's a lot of different ways that you can vote, but what's actually great is that you can actually start voting early pretty soon in Ontario.
And I think this is so important that we all need to exercise our right. We need to vote.
Exactly. If you are able, you can get to the polls. If you're of age, go vote. It's so important to use your opinion to make change. So early voting, advanced polling days, you can vote at your assigned polling station between October 11th and 14th. So that gives people a lot more flexibility. You can go after work. You can go from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. So there's so much time during the day, so many days you can vote now. You can vote in advance. You can vote on the day of the election. Lots of options. Another thing, you'll get your voting card in the mail, and that will tell you where your advanced polling station is. So that's how you know where to go. And then you can also visit a university to vote, which is pretty interesting.
So make sure you guys go online, figure out who you're going to vote for. But right now, we're going to take a break. But coming up right after the break, we're going to go into, we have an exclusive interview with Ciatlin Clemmens from Bachelor in Paradise. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Social Life right here on Rogers TV. So the month of October marks a couple of things. Halloween is that much closer. Winter is unfortunately on its way, but most importantly, another season of Bachelor in Paradise comes to an end. Cue the tears. We sat down with Bachelor in Paradise contestant Ciatlin Clemmens and Toronto local, of course, to dish out on what Chris Harrison would count as the most dramatic season yet, and get her take on the remaining engaged couples. Let's take a look. So when you got that call and they told you, you're going to go in Bachelor in Paradise, who was kind of the first person that popped in your head and you're like, I really want to see you on the beach?
Connor.
Connor?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, for sure. It Yeah, but it's unfortunate he wasn't on when I got to the beach, so. Mike was on my list as well, and Blake, so.
I guess the season Stagecoach was such a big thing. We couldn't help but talk about Stagecoach. And we actually met Blake at Stagecoach, but nothing happened.
No.
So what was kind of your first impression of Blake?
I didn't really talk to him much while we were at Stagecoach, but it was nice to go down on the beach and then see a familiar face, and I hadn't really known what was going on with the drama, so it was actually refreshing to see somebody other than the girls that I knew.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And on the date, he actually explained to you everything, all the drama that was going down. Did that kind of change your impression of him at all?
No, not at all. I mean, he's single, he's allowed to, have some hiccups along the way, and that seemed to be what happened. And I can't get mad at him for going through that process, though.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, and it kind of seemed that you were unfortunately involved in a love triangle at the end with Christina. So do you think had Christina not been there, had not kind of gotten involved in your relationship, you could have left the beach with Blake?
I mean, yeah, I don't know. Who knows to say what would have happened with Blake and I, but yeah, it's unfortunate that I had to go through all the Christina drama because, I probably would have stuck around for longer, and yeah, maybe Blake and I would still be together. Who knows?
Yeah, she had this whole thing with giving out friendship roses. Do you think that kind of messes with the process?
I mean, yeah, I don't really agree with it, and to this day, I still don't. You're there for one thing, and it's to explore a relationship with somebody, and she was, kind of taking that away from somebody like me who really wanted to, and it seemed like Blake wanted to as well, but.
So do you still talk to Christina now? What is your relationship like?
We don't really chat. I mean, like, we exchange a few words over Instagram, but she did reach out to me and say, I don't want any bad blood after everything that went down. Ultimately, we know it's a show, and we're there for ourselves, and she was quite obviously there for herself. So it's squashed and it's fine, and I mean, I don't resent her at all. It was just part of the process, and unfortunately I got the short end of the stick.
Yeah, that's good to hear though. So let's talk about the couples.
Yes.
So from what you witnessed on the beach, who do you think is going to follow through and have a wedding?
Hannah G and Dylan are I feel like they're going to be together forever. They're so precious.
Yeah, they're super cute.
I'm upset. I want to squeeze my way in.
They're charming.
I think Demi and Christian will end up staying together. Christian's such an amazing human. And they're obviously quite in love.
Right.
I'm curious about Katie and Chris. I mean, it looks like they're already having a little bit of challenges. So I love Katie. She's one of my good friends. So I hope that everything's going smoothly now, and now that the press has kind of settled a little bit, that they can actually feel out what a relationship will be like, and hopefully they do end up getting married. But definitely Hannah and Dylan will. I think I see them to the end.
And you kind of touched upon Demi and Christian, and they're actually the first same-sex couple on the Bachelor franchise, which is amazing, and everyone loved watching their story and their love unfold. So can you tell us a little bit about their relationship?
I mean, you guys got to see it too, and it was super authentic. They're so incredibly in love, and I'm really happy for Demi that she, was brave enough to go on the show and come out, because that's huge. And for Christian as well. I mean, she's not part of this crazy world that we are, so it took guts for her to come out and go to the beach and put herself in front of the cameras and everything. It's not easy to do.
No, definitely. I was she handled it so well, I thought, and she just fit right in with everybody.
Yeah, and she's so level-headed, and everybody loved her. It was great.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear that that's actually how it went down. I was at home tearing up because I thought they were so cute, and I love the storyline, so it was awesome.
Okay, but let's talk about Tayshia and JPJ.
Yeah.
I know anybody saw that coming. I mean, they left the beach, and so do you think, were you surprised that they're together?
Yeah, I mean, when I was there, there was something going on, and I didn't know if it was romantic or not, but everybody was kind of saying, they're feeling it out. And then as I watched the rest of the show, I guess there was a lot more. I mean, all the power to her that she went back for him. It's weird because I never would have thought that those two would have actually been together, but they're both silly and goofy, so it works out like that.
And our last question here, Peter, the new Bachelor, what do you think about him?
You know what, so towards the end of Hannah's season, I didn't really get to catch a lot of it, and I think that's when Peter really started showing his true colors, but he's super attractive and seems like a really down-to-earth guy. I mean, he's got a great job, and I think that's something that, looking past the show, you can actually see a life with somebody who's, got a great career, a great family. He seems really level-headed, so yeah, the girls are lucky. Yeah, that's a good one, yeah.
It was so great meeting Ciatlin that day.
Yeah, she's wonderful and so sweet.
And it was even better seeing her again on the weekend at the Eligible party. Yeah, so Eligible Magazine throws this Bachelor-themed party every year. And this year, it was at the Thompson Hotel in Toronto. And what they do is it's a great opportunity for fans of the show to come together and actually get to meet and interact with the Bachelor people. So it was really fun. There's drinks, there's music. One of the Bachelor boys, Vinny, he was actually DJing, so it was great tunes all night. And it's really like organic. You get to go up to your favorite cast members, you get to talk to them, take photos, ask them any questions you might have about the show. It's amazing.
Well, I don't know if you say you go up to them. I mean, you really got to wedge your way through all the girls. All these girls are just attacking these smoking gentlemen, if I can say so myself. So it's really hard to even say, hey, I like you. I loved you on the show. It's really hard to get your 2 cents in.
Yeah, it's supposed to be more of like a cocktail environment where you're roaming around and they're just in the room, but they're roaming around the room, and then the girls decide to form like orderly lines in front of each of them, so it kind of becomes like a crowd situation where you're trying to get your time in. It's like the show. It's like, can I steal you for a moment? That's what it feels like.
Yeah, and we actually had a chance to take some pictures with the boys, so I don't know if we can pull up some of the pictures. Oh, yeah, there we are. That's Mike. Go, Mike. Mike was my fave. Best smile in all of Paradise.
There's Connor. Love Connor.
6'6".
Yeah, he's huge. Oh my gosh. I felt tiny beside him. And there's Chris,
yes. Him and Katie, as we heard in the interview, little rocky. But you know what we told Chris? I told him, you better take care of my girl, Katie.
We told him right to his face.
And he said he will, so I hope he keeps his word.
And there were some other great boys there as well. So you saw pictures of us with Mike, Connor, and Chris. But there was also Jordan, the Mayor of Paradise, Chase, and then, like I said, Vinny DJing the event. So all the boys were very nice. And it was so great to see Ciatlin, like we mentioned.
Yes, tons of fun. And I know one of the things trending, there's something trending in fashion.
Yeah, so let's see what's trending in fashion. Right now is Fashion Month, believe it or not.
All right.
Yeah, it is just wrapping up with Milan Fashion Week. That was last week. So here on the screen is actually our first trend, which is go-go boots. These under-the-knee boots. We know that over-the-knee boots were all the rage last year, and everyone was buying those. But now these more under-the-knee, more 2000-styled shoes are coming into fashion. So this is Kendall walking on the street. She's wearing them by a designer called Jacques Mousse. Very high price tag. These shoes actually retail for $12.87 American. So yeah, hold on to your wallet. Haley there's wearing the same kind. What's super cool about these shoes is they have that overlay panel, so that you can't necessarily find for less right now because it's very specific to that designer. But you can find these under the knee style boots pretty much everywhere now. They're very huge, so that's you can get them for less.
I got myself a pair this weekend. I love over the knee, right? I love last year's trend. Still one of my faves, I think. It's under the knee, so I gotta get a little used to it. But I got myself a pair, so I can say I'm gonna be rocking this fashionable look come fall.
And I'm rocking it right now.
Woo!
There we go.
There you go.
The go-go boots. Another shoe trend is square-toed shoes.
Okay.
So I just bought a pair of boots that have a square toe, which is great. But this trend was started kind of in the summer by designer Bottega Veneta. And she came, or the brand came out with these square toe heels. There's model Elsa Hosk wearing them right now. Those are the real shoes. So those ones are a lot pricey, probably comparable to those boots that I talked about. Yeah, here's another style that's less strappy, more of like a big band around the toe. And so people have been taking this look and making them into fall boots now. So if you can find yourself a square-toed boot, you'll be popping for fall. That is a great shoe. So our next trend comes from the Fenty 2020 spring-summer collection.
All right.
So we saw this in Milan, and on the runway there was lots of models wearing quilted patterns.
Ooh, okay.
Yes. So basically, it's all this like quilted fabric, really great to wear into fall as well if you can find some fabric like that. Even though this will be a new spring trend.
Oh,
and
okay.
another big thing is big, huge collars. So let's take a look at some of the photos. These are from the runway, so you can see there they're wearing a quilted skirt, a quilted jacket, and then also the collar on the jacket has those big collars. So that is kind of the trend. It's very menswear inspired, which is great because you can wear suits and kind of transition into, you know, split the pieces up, wear them more casually. That's awesome. Our last trend is silk and leather.
Okay.
So this is great, especially for fall, because you can bring out your leather jacket, get your leather leggings.
I love a good leather.
Exactly, nice and warm, but still super chic. There's Kaya Gerber on the Tom Ford runway wearing a silk top and a leather skirt.
Love these
She looks great,
trends.
so we love them so much.
We love, yes, what great. We love fall fashion. Speaking of something we love, we gotta say a big thank you because our show is wrapping up, unfortunately, to Niche Decor. They are our set sponsor. Thank you so much for your wonderful accessories.
Yeah,
they
we
have
love
2
them.
unique showrooms in Newmarket and Aurora with all your furniture and decor needs, including lighting, window treatment, area rugs, accessories, wall art, and more. Head over to nichedecor.ca for all the details. Thanks so much for tuning in to the Social Live. I'm Ksenia.
I'm Stephanie. See you guys next time.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.